I literally hated my life.
Don't worry, I got you. Just leave it to senpai.
I almost got recruited for a cult. It's been a long time coming because I feel like I've been in Japan for so long and didn't explain anything. I thought that today, for my very first YouTube video ever, I would do that. So in 2020 is when I started TikTok. Obviously, like the beginning of the pandemic, things were looking a little shady. I actually worked as a UX designer for 3 to 4 years. I think it was like September. I quit my job and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna become a full-time content creator. I'm gonna get all these brands. I'm gonna be so rich and famous. And then I'm just gonna be like Kim Kardashian. That's so embarrassing. Thinking about it now, I don't think I regret quitting my job at that time, but I wish I had a plan, girl, because I had no plan at all. Something they don't teach you in school, which I think my entire life up until that point was like to the book. They don't tell you how to be an influencer. They don't tell you what to do when you go mega viral on the internet, things like that. I was attending so many anime like conventions, so many different events, but I think nearing the end of 2022 and like all of 2023, I literally hated my life. It was like such a fast trajectory of success, and I just didn't know how to find balance in it. And I think like that really caused me to go through like a creative burnout, whatever you want to call it. And I think also that was like the beginning of my quarter life crisis, where I was like, I don't know what my job is. I can't explain it to anybody. I don't know what the future is, let alone from like 5 years from now. I don't know what I'm going to be doing a day from now. And that was not healthy because I think I was just like catastrophizing everything that happened in my life. I'm gonna turn this way a little bit. The donuts have just like not appeared since I started yapping. Oh. Majority of people that follow me found me from my TikToks, whether it be from the Yahoo Sensei or the Hot Girl Walking Tokyo or like the skits that I used to do. I think I had a really good like momentum of growth. But at the same time, like people on the internet are freaking weird, okay? They're weird. I remember I was getting like death threats. I'm laughing about it because I'm coping. Or like people would find my family on Facebook and like add them. And it was really weird to me. And it just made me so uncomfortable to the point where I took like a year-long break. During that time, it was like an internal battle of being like, everyone's gonna unfollow me, like I'm gonna become irrelevant, no one's gonna care about me anymore. But someone said something to me at some point that really put things into perspective, where they were basically like, no one thinks about you as much as you think about yourself. And I was like, hold on, that's rude. But thank God. I was gone for a year. I came back and people were like, oh my God, it's Yahoo Sensei. And that was all they thought about. I think it was just like the perfect time to like start anew, or whatever they say. And then I think it actually became really real in January of 2024. Terminated the lease of my apartment and like let them know that I was out of there really fast. Because also, inflation in Canada is kind of mitsayabayo. Like I'm pretty sure my rent, it went up like, I want to say like 15%, which is a lot of dollars. But yeah, I guess like the main reason I moved to Japan, really at the end of the day, beyond all of the quarter life crisis, beyond all of the like Canada's so boring, it has no opportunity for me, the real reason is because I'm a little weeby and I wanted to be closer to anime. It's just my truth. It's just my truth. Oh my God, it hurts. Donut break. There's no way you heard that. How about let's get out of the park and do something crazy, and then I'll talk about like how it led to this in the process. Yeah, you'd think, right? All kfel has to do is buy a ticket, sell her place, and then go on a plane, right? It's that easy. Wrong. You are so wrong. You've never been even more wrong. It was so hard. But I made it, kind of, in one piece. The One Piece is real. I will see you in another park, perhaps on a boat. Bye! Hi everyone, welcome to my boat. I found a boat, and I'm gonna tell you about the process of how I moved to Japan, so come along with me. We're gonna crash. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We're gonna crash. Let me start from the very beginning. Because Japan is considered a rabies-free country, I had to start the documentation a year in advance. I didn't think about the fact that I had 2 cats, first of all. I had to let my veterinarian know that I was gonna bring my cats to Japan because every country is different. Essentially, they told me that I have to give them a rabies test, a whole new vaccine, because Japan is really strict with that because they are rabies-free. And then I had to basically self-quarantine them after I gave them a rabies vaccine for, I think 3 months or 6 months? I think it was 6 months. And then 40 days before I was planning to leave, I had to let the airport know, and then the airport had to give me clearance. The vet told me like I could, oh my God, I almost said euthanize, not right. That I could give my cats a sleeping pill to help them with the flight because I had a direct flight to Japan, which was 14 hours. Basically told my vet that no, I don't need, oh my gosh.
Wait, stop. Turn around.
Turn around?
Turn around.
Backwards, right? No! Forward! Forward! Oh wait, I'm doing it. Oh my God, I'm so good. Wait, I slayed? Slayed? I feel like my cats are pretty good and they wouldn't necessarily need that. So, and then I had to go to like the Food Inspection Agency of Canada because for some reason pets and food are categorized under the same exportation, which is so, someone needs to investigate that. So yeah, that was one whole headache amongst many. Luckily enough, I think there was 2 options that I had for my cats, and I was really scared because Haru's fat, like he's big, okay? Like he's a big boy. So the 2 options are putting your pet in cargo or putting your pet under the seat in front of you. Under the seat in front of you. I think the rule was that your cat or your pet had to be able to stand up and turn around in their carrier, and it also had to fit within the specific dimensions that fit under the seat in front of you. Did that make sense? Okay, whatever. Anyway, I tested it with like the maximum height and width and length of the carrier, and Haru fit. Could he stand? Yeah, cats are slinky, right? Paid an extra fee for that. Oh, and on top of that, I forgot to mention that I had to pay for my dad to bring Aki because it's actually only 1 pet per passenger. And so there's no way I was leaving one behind because Ohana means family and no one gets left behind, right? Yeah. I asked my dad, who's living his best retired life, I was basically like, Papa, can you help me bring my cats to Japan and then I'll pay for your flight? And he was like, hell yeah. I brought like a portable litter box. I brought like litter with me. I brought snacks. I brought chewers. I brought everything, okay? I like overpacked because I was so worried for both of them. I was like, I'm not gonna have my pets die on the way to Japan. Haru and Aki both peed themselves, which was the least of my worries because let me tell you the story about when we actually got to the airport, okay? Like I was sweating, huffing and puffing. I had like 5 luggages with me. My dad was there. He was chill, but like I was also worried for him because I didn't know how I was gonna travel with him, which is a whole other story. We get to the airport and my dad is carrying Aki, I'm carrying Haru. A little birdie told me that you can actually hand check pets. So I thought I was going into the TSA thinking that I could do that. I get there at like the little metal detector things, and first of all, I feel like we all know TSA agents are angry, like they're always mad. The airport was really busy that day, and then I basically asked the TSA agent that was at the metal detector thing, I'm like, hey, I have 2 cats, can I hand check them? And they're basically like, no, you have to take them out of their carrier and then you have to walk with them. And I was like, oh my God, like I already know, like Aki is the epitome of a scaredy cat. Like he was already like shivering and quaking in his carrier, which I felt so bad about. I asked my dad to take Aki out of the carrier. I took Haru out. Haru was more chill, but definitely shaken up. But literally, Aki was like yowling. His harness, I left a little loose because I didn't want to have it too tight on him, but I wish I did it tighter because literally, it was like life flashed before my eyes. One moment, my dad was holding Aki in the carrier, and another moment, jetting out like, whoa, like ran out of the carrier, ran through the metal detectors, ran past the TSA agents, and it was like a whole fiasco. Like the entire airport at the time was like, wow, get on the loose, get on the loose. I was freaking out. The TSA agent was yelling at me, basically like, why'd you let go of your cat? And I was like, I didn't let go of my cat. And I was ready to swing, okay? Because I was the one that wanted to check him in. I don't remember what those 5 minutes were, but like Aki was gone at this point. I've never seen him sprint so fast. And so like a couple of minutes later, like another TSA agent comes and is like holding Aki by the neck. And she was like, I found your cat. And I was like, thank God. She was like, you should check his head though because he ran to the glass. And I was like, what the freak? And so I like take him, I put him back in the carrier. I'm traumatized, my dad is traumatized, Haru's traumatized, and Aki is traumatized, and we're all traumatized, you know? I guess like the TSA manager or something came up to me and they're like, hey, is your cat okay? Next time you should just ask if you can hand check your cat. And oh my God, you don't even, my blood boiling. That was the whole story. He was fine at the end of the day. But I remember carrying Aki from this whole fiasco. And this guy, who I'm pretty sure was like a cabin crew member, looked at me. He's like, haha, that was crazy. And I'm like, it sure was. And then he looked at my dad and then looked at me and goes, traveling with your husband? And that's what made me want to end it all right then and there. But yeah, flight was fine. They peed themselves and I arrived in Tokyo. I feel like a lot of people are probably wondering, like, what visa did I get here on? Am I a tourist? Like, how have I been here so long? Do I have a work visa, etc., etc.? I am on a working holiday visa because Japan and Canada are besties. I shouldn't say besties. Canada and Japan basically have a treaty where if you're under 30 and you have a bachelor's degree or something, you can apply for a working holiday visa, which it differs from country to country, but if you're Canadian, you can stay in Japan for up to 1 year. The process was really, really simple. All I had to do was write an itinerary, basically write a resume of my like school experience, work experience, my motivations for coming to Japan, and it was really fast. I think I applied on like February 7th or something and got my visa 2 weeks later. So that's awesome. The not awesome part is that they only grant you 6 months in the beginning, and then once you get to Tokyo, you have to reapply for another 6 months, which made it hard to find rental places. If you're thinking of applying for something like that, just keep that in mind, keep that in your noggin, because it's not for everyone. And I'm also pretty sure Americans can't get it. So if you're American and watching this, gomenasai. Yeah, essentially that was the process, and now I'm here. But I do have one other thing that I'd like to announce, but I'm sweating and I'm covered in water right now. So how about we end our date off, watch the sunset, and get a little drink or something?
Hi, makasete. Yeah. Don't worry, I got you. Just leave it to senpai.
いらっしゃいませ、ご主人様。I would like to tell you about what my life has been like since I moved here 7-8 months ago. I'm not good at math. That's why I went to school for design. Haru and Aki acclimated pretty well. I think the plane obviously was very traumatizing for both of them, but getting to the place that I am renting currently, I think it was very unseen. I think they realized that they were no longer in a moving vehicle. I think it took a couple of weeks. Like, do cats get jet lag? I don't really know, because I feel like they were acclimated to the time change pretty fast. Unless they're just always hungry, which, so true, because same, girl. There are some crazy things that have happened. Like, from the top of my head, like, I almost got recruited for a cult. 2 cults at that. Whoa, oh my god, they want me so bad. I don't know if it was necessarily a cult, but I got approached by like this crazy trio that like I'm pretty sure they wanted me to be part of an X-ring or something. But I told the story on stream, but let me know. Maybe I can make like a whole in-depth story time later. Oh, I learned what it was like to be a maid at a maid cafe for the very first time, which was freaking awesome. I danced for the first time in my life to Snow Halation. Oh my god, that was so slay. Oh, I experienced an earthquake. Up in Canada, we don't really get those. I was sitting in a salon getting my hair dyed, marinating, like full head, under like a heater, and then all of a sudden everyone's phone in the salon goes like beep. I look at it and it's like, earthquake about to happen, please like duck. And I just remember being like, what? Let me reenact. Whoa. It was really scary. Like I said, I've never experienced an earthquake before. Honestly, I feel like I did so much and nothing at all. Guys, time's ticking. I got a slay like yesterday. Oh god. And now I would like to address the elephant in the room, because I'm sure you're all wondering, oh my god, kfel, where the hell did you drag us to? What is this dungeon that you're in? One of the big reasons I made this video is because of this announcement, and that is I have officially joined Geeks Plus as a content creator. Yay! And for those of you who don't know, Geeks Plus is a Tokyo-based talent agency. To be able to work alongside so many people that I've looked up to in the past and still do now is honestly, it's such an honor, guys, and I feel like I have such insane imposter syndrome being here. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what I've done to deserve this, but I'm gonna really, really work hard and prove that I belong here, because I don't feel like I belong here right now. I feel like every time I walk into any of them, I'm just like, you're too cool for me. I'm just a TikToker. I'm just a grimy little TikToker. And it's kind of like a full circle moment for me too, because I feel like before I even moved to Tokyo, when I was in Canada, I remember like talking to my sister or someone and being like, oh my god, if there was a talent agency I would join, it would literally only be Geeks Plus, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, to be here, I think I manifested a little too hard. I'm really excited and I'm so thankful because everyone at Geeks has been so nice to me since I've joined, and I mean, they let me use their studio. Take a look at this, guys. I'm in an onsen. Yeah, shout out to Geeks for signing me, and real recognizes real. Or whatever. I got goosebumps. That was so cringe. I gave myself goosebumps. So, in terms of goals that I have for my YouTube channel, my content, and just like life overall, I would like to be adopted by a grandma. I don't know why I said that one first. Okay, wait. I actually last year started writing a kfel 100, if you will. Basically a bunch of things that I would like to accomplish before I get deported or before I leave Japan. For example, I really want to go to Kumamoto, which is in the south of Japan, because, oh my god, okay, if you follow my Instagram or if you just know me in real life, my Kami Oshi, okay, the character that I love and stan and will honestly kind of die for is Nyanko Sensei from Natsume's Book of Friends, Natsume Yujincho. There's this thing in Japan called Seichi Junre, which is sacred pilgrimages, but I feel like more recently a lot of people have been using that term to describe going to places that appear in anime. Natsume Yujincho is actually based in Kumamoto, so they have a map that you can get at the tourist center of all the places that appear in the anime, and I'm determined. I need to go there! If I leave Japan without going to visit Nyanko Sensei's house, I will suffer. Did I move to Japan for Nyanko Sensei? One of the things I really wanted to try doing here is to take some voice acting classes or to meet voice actors. I feel like a lot of my TikToks have been like voice acting or like making voice impressions and things like that, but I never really considered it professionally, at least. But I'm like, man, I'm in Japan anyway, I might as well do it, even if it's just for fun. I think it's really fun. I love anime so much. Oh my god. But I really want to try cosplaying seriously in Japan. I mean, even in Halloween, it was kind of crazy. I think on a whim, I decided to be Momo Ayase, and in one day, I scoured her entire outfit from scratch, and it felt so good, except minus her wig. And just in general, I feel like cosplay is a hobby that has always been intimidating to me, but I've always enjoyed it. So yeah, there's so many things that I want to do while I'm in Japan, and now that I'm part of Geeks Plus, I'm really looking forward to sharing all of them and being and representing them. As much as I still do feel imposter syndrome, I really do feel like I belong, or that there is a sense of belonging for me here. It really is thanks to my dad, because if I didn't do exchange in high school, I don't know if I would be here right now. He basically paid for my entire Japanese exchange when I was like 17 years old. It really was the experience that motivated me to want to live here long term. As the youngest daughter of my parents, being able to provide this experience for him when he is later on in life. You know, my dad is entering his 70s next year. There's like that saying that as much as we're growing older, so are our parents. To provide a first for my dad and like to be there to experience it with him. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. It was really special, and I think, I feel like Asian culture, you don't really say like, I love you. Being here in Japan with my dad and showing him the dream that I've been chasing for so long, and to witness it with him and thanks to him, it really felt like a whole I love you to my dad. And I hope he felt that, because, oh my god, I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to get better at expressing my gratitude. Wait, I need a tissue. God damn. So now that cheesy ooey gooey part is over, I mean, all in all, I am really thankful to everybody around me up until this point that has supported me, my friends and family, and obviously all of you guys watching. 本当にありがとうございました。これからもよろしくお願いいたします。And the last thing I'll say is, don't let your dreams stay dreams. If it's just a little bit every single day, I hope we can all work hard towards them and, you know, make it a reality, because I feel like every day I'm living the dream that I've always imagined for myself, and I'm gonna be more thankful. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you all so much, and I will see you on our next date. Okay? Be there or be square. Jana! And bye-bye! Wait, let me hold this. And bye-bye!